welcome to Murphy's garden. And Murphy and I are in the woodland garden and just want to make a few changes to the woodland garden. This is the time of year when it's looking at its best. All the spring bulbs are out and it's looking nice. However, there are a few issues with it, and there's the Phormiums. The Phormiums are kind of letting the whole area down. They're looking really scruffy. So Phormiums are also known as New Zealand flax. They're good architectural plants. They've got nice colour. I've got two in this garden. I've got one called red, no, it's not called red jester, it's called jester, and the other one's called yellow wave. And I bought them just to add a bit of sort of architectural interest, and they did that. And for the first sort of, I've had them probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and they've been really lovely. But last year, and especially this year, they start to get a bit old. They're evergreen, so they just add more leaves every year, but the old leaves don't drop off or anything. So over a period of time, they get kind of quite faded and just not really that nice anymore. So I want to reinvigorate them, and you can do that just by cutting out the old leaves in the spring. But I've watched a video, a John Lord YouTuber video. He's excellent, really knowledgeable, and he recommends just levelling it, cutting it to the ground. And if you do that at this time of year in the spring, then it will very quickly recover and grow back and put on nice lush new growth. So that's what I've decided to do. So I'm going to go and get my gardening gear on and get to work. So before we head into the woodland garden, I just wanted to show you the lovely view of the tulips going down the long pathway, spoiled a little bit by all this wood. The wood is for the pleaching for these lime trees. These lime trees have desperately got to be pleached, and we just haven't quite got round to it, but it's got to be done very, very soon because they're just about to come into leaf. So anyway, I digress. But as we go into the woodland garden, the first thing that you're greeted with is this rather ugly looking Phormium. So this is the jester Phormium. And as you can see, the leaves have got lots of marks on them. It looks really ugly. A lot of the leaves are split and it doesn't look very nice at all. So that's one that we're going to cut right back to the ground. The rest of the woodland garden is looking very full and pretty with all the spring plants. This is the new silver birch, multi-stem silver birch tree that we planted just last month. I just noticed there is a break there, so that needs to be cut out, but it is in leaf. Lovely new little leaves on it, so that's doing really well. It's established very quickly. Keep watering it every week, and the nice hellebores in the background. These other silver birch trees, we took the supports off them because they had supports on them for several years, couple of years, which is longer than you really need to, but they're just so top heavy. And you can see we're worried about this one because this one we were just in the process of taking the supports down, and we noticed that it's rocking like crazy. Look, can you see the hole at the bottom? You can see that there's movement there. It should be upright, but it's getting pushed over by the wind. So we need to perhaps reinstate the stakes on that one because it just doesn't look too good. And that's my argument for anyone planting a tree. Go smaller. Honestly, you want everything big and impactful, but these have just really struggled to establish. They've been a nightmare to keep to stop the wind from rocking them. So this one, this is the other new one that we planted. It's quite squat because it's multi-stemmed. It hasn't got the problem of being top heavy like these have. We bought them, I think they were reduced. They were quite reasonable when we bought them. We were, wow, we can get this massive tree, and how cheap they were. But I don't think it's worth it. I think it's better to get small. Anyway, that's my advice. So you can just see some of the woodland planting. Got some ferns there about to unfurl. Got some lovely bluebells. Another Phormium. That one's not quite so bad, but I think it will be in line for a chop as well. And I think the star of the woodland garden at the moment is this beautiful, this is Spirea bridal wreath, and it's really lovely. And just at its base we've got all these lovely little pretty little polyanthers and pulmonaria, and then there's more here, that's lovely. And then this large carpet of London Pride, Saxifraga, and also this Doronicum, which is flowering and is looking lovely just underneath the Crococchia. And behind that we've got the climbing hydrangea, which is doing quite well on that fence. And then this is the stinking hellebore. Now this has got lovely colours. It's nice, that acid green, which looks nice, but it is, I'm noticing that I'm finding little seedlings popping up all over the place in borders and everywhere. So I think this is one to watch, and I will remove that clump at the front of this border. I don't want it everywhere. Another one to watch while we're on the subject is acanthus. That's the plant you see just there on the left. Acanthus, also known as bear's breeches. This one is a plant that can be really thuggish and not very nice, and lots of gardeners I know hate it. However, this one seems to behave itself very well, and again it's a good structural architectural plant, and while it behaves itself it can stay, but if it starts to misbehave then it will go. There's a lovely little butterfly on that. Don't know if you can see. Anyway, so, and this is the monster, the big monster, and this is the huge Phormium. It's got far too big, and it looks really horrible. And I remember commenting, doing a video a couple of years ago saying how lovely it looked. It looked really lovely. The red of the stem looked stunning. However, it definitely doesn't look stunning anymore. It looks ugly. So that's one that's definitely got to be cut back. This area, I've just cut back the limelight hydrangea, and there's just some stilbees and arum lilies and things coming up there. This is a nice viburnum, and this is another awful ugly looking Phormium, so that's another one that's for the chop, and a nice viburnum there in the background, and this nice Pittosporum Irene Patterson, I think it's called. And some more hydrangea there, which I've lightly pruned. So I'm following John Lord's advice, and I have gone round and round and round. I didn't do it on camera just because it was a bit of a battle. But anyway, I went round and round and round with the, well, I did it with packing tape as he suggested, and then I ran out. So I've just gone around the rest of it with string. So that's lifted up all the leaves, and that means that we can get in there with, he did it with a saw, but I think I might get Alistair to do it with a chainsaw. It sounds a bit too much like hard work to do it with a saw. So that's the first one done, and I'll move on to the next one, which is just here. So the first thing to do is just tie the string round one of the leaves and leave a little bit extra. Tie a firm knot. And then I'm going to put my sunglasses on, not because of the sun, but just to protect my eyes. And then I'm lifting up the canopy. And then I'm going to pull it really tight. And then I'm going to tie it. Ouch. Tie it to the bit of string that I started off with, which should be here somewhere. Yes, there it is. And pull it as tight as I can. And hope that the string doesn't snap. There we are, all done. Okay, we're getting the hang of it now, so we'll do it again on this one. And I don't know what this variety is, this one. I don't think this one's yellow wave because it doesn't look quite as yellow as the other one. I'm not really sure. So I'm tying it on. Hello Murph, you've got your ball. Let me just throw that for Murph. Right, now. Now let's just pull it. Okay, a bit more. That's it. Oh, I can't remember when my original bit of string is. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm not very good at knots. I was going to just tie it onto the original bit, but it's buried. I wasn't in the cubs, so I don't know knots. Oh no! Oh, oh dear. Ping, it's all come undone. Oh, never mind, do it all again. So, this is the last one. And this is the one that's very badly marked. This is the Jester one, I believe. So I think the mistake I made on the last one was not having the string visible enough to tie on. So I'm going to do it a bit bigger and dangly bit. And here goes. Not so big, this one. There we are, that's that one done. That was a bit easier. So now I just have to get Alistair to come out with his chainsaw. So the downside with using the chainsaw is that it does get the chainsaw very mucky, and it really did wrap around the parts of the chainsaw and made it get very hot. So although it saves time on cutting back, it does create quite a lot of cleaning afterwards, so that is one of the downsides. So the 5 Phormiums are all cut back now, and I've just gathered up the leaves just so you can see the different patterns on the leaves. So the one on the left is called Jester, the one in the middle is Phormium cookianum, and that's called tricolour, and it has got the 3 colours, red tinge on the outside, yellow and green, and then this one is called Yellow Wave. So they're all cut back now. I'll just show you. This is the biggie, and you can just see the base is very fibrous, and you can split Phormiums if you wanted to. You could dig that up and split it and replant it, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll just leave it, and I'll probably give it a really good feed just to encourage it to grow back. And this is the other one. So Al's taken it right to the ground, and within quite a short space of time it will start to regrow. So the other thing I'm doing, I'm just taking out a lot of these stinking hellebores. I'm going to take this one out because it's getting too big, and we could put something nicer there. This is a lovely grass, and I'm going to take some cuttings of that and split it a little bit and take some bits of that, because I think that would look quite nice in containers. So this is the other one. This is the small one, and then we've got the one in the sunken garden, which is here. So it's now what to do with all the leaves. I don't know how easy they will be to shred. We'll give it a go. And this is the last one that was cut back. This is a smaller one, but this one was particularly quite damaged, whether it just gets the wind here. So Phormiums, they're good architectural plants. They're not for everyone. I know a lot of people that absolutely hate them, but I think their bad reputation probably comes because they're not rejuvenated. They do need to be rejuvenated just to get that colour back again, because the colour is starting to fade, and the plant was getting big and quite ugly. So if you cut them back probably every 5 years, something like that, I'm hoping that that will rejuvenate them. So we'll just keep an eye on this and monitor it over the next few weeks and months just to see what happens. 3 weeks has gone by since we cut the Phormiums back, and they're regrowing really well. This one perhaps we should have split because it is sort of donutting a little bit in the middle, but the others are all resprouting really well, so I definitely think it's worth doing. We'll continue to monitor how they regrow in the coming months. Thank you very much for watching, and join us again in the next video. Bye for now.